There's been yet more speculation about your future in recent days, recent weeks. Is there any update?
No,
And what do you make of the speculation?
nothing.
And do you have a date in mind?
No, there's nothing to say
So
from my side.
full commitment to Red Bull 20.
I said there's nothing to say.
Formula One grid, as we know, it is going to combust. It is mathematically impossible for Max to enter the summer break in the top two of the championship. But his replacement is not a Red Bull Junior, it's the man currently trapped in a papaya war over at McLaren. This is the most explosive transfer dynamo in Formula One history, if that happens. We are talking about the collapse of a dynasty, a manager's ultimate revenge arc, and a grid wide meltdown that could bring back the most popular duo in the history. Is Max really done with Red Bull? And is Oscar ready to become the new king of the mountain? While the world is looking at 2026 regulation, a hidden mathematical execution has just been triggered. Let's get into the 2027 drivers market. During the recent round in Hungary and Silverstone, Max was doing what he does best, overachieving in what looked like the fourth fastest car on the grid. But as soon as he jumped out of the cockpit, he was furious because the RB22 was literally falling apart while he was driving it. Imagine trying to win a marathon while your shoes are slowly dissolving. That's what Max is dealing with. Max reported a car degradation that's never been seen before. His aerodynamic balance was getting worse lap after lap. In qualifying, he told his engineers, GP, that the car was completely broken aerodynamically. Think about that. A Red Bull, the golden standard of aero, becoming undrivable. And it gets worse. They have fallen into a political trap. They were the only team not allowed to upgrade their power unit in the engine catch-up system, ADUO, leaving them stuck with a package that still is not the best on the grid. Without the political muscle to fight back, Red Bull is watching Mercedes and McLaren sail past them while their own car is struggling in a nasty guts of wind. Max is a purist. He wants to race, not manage a fragile car that breaks if you look at it wrong. If the car is a joke, why would he stay? But wait, it's not just about a shaky rear wing. For 20 years, Christian Horner built a culture of sharp, fleet footed success. But since his ousting and death of the co founder D3 matches, the Red Bull OGs are fleeing the ship like it's on fire. The list of departures are actually insane. Adrian, Jonathan, GP, we are seeing a brutal brain drain of talent, leaving for rivals like Cadillac and Audi. And this is the opening of Oscar Piastri's management has been waiting for. If you have been following Formula One for a while, you know Weber's history in Red Bull. He was the original number two driver who had to watch the team favor Sebastian Vettel even when Vettel was at fault. Now at Oscar Piastri's manager, he is seeing the exact same movie playing out at McLaren. And he is not about to let Oscar become a Vettel slave. And can you blame him? We have seen the papaya rules chaos where the McLaren seems to hold a fancy lottery to decide who gets a better strategy. At Monza, Oscar lost a podium because the team imposed manufacturing orders to favor Lando. At Silverstone, Oscar was dominating in the wet, only to be stripped of the win by a safety car penalty and a team that refused to re-establish the order. Weber is reportedly shopping Oscar around, and irony is delicious. He is looking at a move to Red Bull. He knows that with Max potentially taking a sabbatical or jump ship, Red Bull needs a seasoned leader who can build a dynasty. Oscar isn't just a cool Australian, he is a guy who built McLaren from a car that needed six pit stops to finish a race into a winner. Red Bull's current lineup, Arvid Lindblad and Isaac Hager, are not at the team's superheaded level yet. Oscar is the only one who can fill the Verstappen-sized void. If Oscar moves to Red Bull to replace Max, it triggers a grid-wide meltdown. The McLaren seat alongside Lando becomes the most wanted property in the market. McLaren could go for the rookie like Leonardo, or they could bring back Gabriel. But there is one scenario that would quite literally break the social media: the return of Carlos Sainz. Imagine Carlando reunion at McLaren. It's the ultimate stable hand move. Carlos is currently stuck at Williams, hoping James Vow's promises aren't just pledges that aged like milk. A return to McLaren solves their dynamic problem. A return to McLaren solves their team dynamic issues and gives Lando a partner he actually likes. But what about Max? Does he just retire? Some says he's far more likely to dominate Le Mans and GT racing because he hates this 2026 regulation. But there's a wild rumor of a super team swap where the Max takes Oscar's seat in McLaren. It would be the Hamilton to Ferrari bombshell. A Verstappen Norris lineup would be Red Bull 2.0 in the papaya orange. So here's the question that defines the next decade. Is the 2027 grid a stable evolution, or are we witnessing the end of Red Bull as a top tier force? The brain drain is real, the car degradation is real, and Max frustration is the most real thing in the paddock. The 2027 diverse market is a house of cards, and Max holds all the move he can. If he steps away, the entire structure collapses. From the return of Carlando to the birth of a Piastri-led Red Bull dynasty, we are looking at the most volatile period in a Formula One history. I want to hear from you, Max fans. Is it the time for him to walk away from the broken team? And Papaya fans, would you trade Oscar for a Science reunion? Drop a comment below. I am reading every single one of them. And if you want to have a deep dive into the engineering and silly season rumors happening and Formula One news, hit the subscribe button. The summer break is on and Formula One is not going to stop. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.